This leads to the client and the customer being way more satisfied, which means they'll stay with you longer, pay you more money, and you get richer. Some of you have probably never onboarded a client before, but even if you have, you've probably done it wrong. However, until now that is. Right here, right now, I'm going to give you the exact framework that me and my students use to onboard clients for content creation and social media management. The reason I'm qualified to give you this information is that my 7-figure agency has created over 34,000 pieces of unique content for our clients, and we've managed over 100 Instagram pages on behalf of our clients. Now, for you to go ahead and onboard a client, you first need to get paid. However, many of you who do not have any clients might not be 100% confident in how you onboard a client, which is then actually holding you back from signing clients. So my goal here is that if you have clients, that you can onboard them smoothly, but to also give you the information necessary to boost your confidence up so you know when you sign a client, you know how to onboard them. So my friend, you've had a sales call with a client. You've pitched your content creation services or your social media management package, and the client has agreed to work with you. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's the next step? So here's what you have to do. First, you're going to send your new client an onboarding form, but that onboarding form should only be sent to the client after a few key steps have happened. A few of those key steps are: 1, has the client actually paid you yet? And 2, have they signed a proposal or a contract? If they haven't, don't send the form yet. Get the payment and get the proposal/contract signed. After that, you're going to send over the onboarding form. I give all of my students a copy and paste onboarding form that I've used to sign over 300 agency clients myself, but that form includes questions such as these. Is there anybody else on your team that I need to have contact with? What are the demographics of your current audience? Where can I access your content library, aka your photos and your videos of your product or your service? What are your brand colors, fonts, and what does the whole brand identity look like? And so on and so forth. Essentially, you're just asking them the fundamental questions that you are going to need to create content and to manage their social media. Step 2 is to schedule an onboarding call with your new client. What you're going to do on this call is to essentially kick things off. So you're going to get all the extra information that you might not have gotten from your sales call or from the onboarding form, and ask them all the questions that you need the answers to start everything off. If you're onboarding a client for social media management, you will need to make sure that you get the login information to the social media page that you're going to manage for the client. The easiest way, in my experience, to do this is live with them on the call. Some of the things that you should discuss with your new client on your onboarding call are the expectations of what you're going to deliver, how often you'll communicate, where you'll communicate with them, WhatsApp or Slack, how many revisions they can request of your content. You're setting the record straight. You're ironing everything out so that everything can work smoothly. The last thing you want is a client to come back to you after 30 days and say, hey, I thought I was going to get a different result, or I thought I was going to get something else from you. Clear all of that up on this call. So make sure you've got all the fonts, all the color schemes, and all the necessary resources before you start creating the content for the client. This is going to save you a lot of headaches because you're now going to need less revisions. If you get everything you need from the client, chances are they're not going to be as picky as the client who didn't give their agency all the materials that they needed. This leads to the client and the customer being way more satisfied, which means they'll stay with you longer, pay you more money, and you get richer. And lastly, you need to be organized and you need to use systems. The worst thing you can do is to not be organized with your work. The client will smell it and sense it a mile away. So I want you to make sure that you have a specific Google Drive or Dropbox folder where you put all of the content you create for the client for easy access. In this folder, you can include your raw files and the content that they've sent to you, such as standard photos and videos of their products. One of the worst things that could happen you now is a client asking you for a revision and you replying that you've lost the project files and you have to start over again. You're going to save yourself a lot of shame and a lot of disappointment and a lot of money because your clients will be happy and stick with you longer. So you don't need to organize your files in a pretty way or organize your Premiere Pro editing timeline in specific colors. Organize the raw content, don't delete your project files, and have a shared place for the content you produce. Another tool I've used to make this process even smoother is Go Visually. Go Visually allows my team to upload the content we have finished. The client then gets a notification. The client can make easy adjustments to the post. Those adjustments get sent to my team automatically, all automated, and then the team can make the revisions, upload it again, and it goes back to the client. This is going to save you a lot of time, hassle, and communication. So if you stick to those 3 key steps for onboarding your clients for content creation and social media management, you probably will have a good experience. Now, the problem for you now might be learning and knowing how to actually sign clients that you can then onboard. If you'd like to learn how, because I've signed over 300 clients for my own agency, you can book a call with me or one of my team members below this video and we can show you How? We have helped scale up multiple content creation and social media management agencies to 10k a month, 20k a month and beyond. And if you want to be next, book a call, let's have a chat and we'll see if we can help.